Hi everyone, Jessica here. For those of you that don't know me or just don't know, I'm an actor at Whole World Improv Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, and there's been a lot of really cool stuff happening at the theater lately, and it sort of got me thinking, why do I do improv? How did I get in improv? What's it really mean for the people around me and for the people I've met on this really great ride of the past 2 years. So I think the theme of these videos, hopefully I'll be pretty consistent in making them, is going to be eventually be, improv is a way of life. How is my experience with improv and my experience with the people I know through improv kind of integrated into my daily life, even outside of the theater. I do have a outside 9-to-5 job at the CDC that in actuality I really like. I really like the people I work with, but kind of through my experience with theater, it took me until I was 25, but I finally feel blessed that I found my passion. And so this is my passion and this is my story, I guess. I have always been fascinated by improv. When I was a little kid, I've loved Saturday Night Live from when I was really young, sketch comedy, shows like that. And I think I always had dreams, like many people, of being on a show like that. Many people don't know this, or maybe my parents do, and they just sort of pretended it wasn't happening. But to this day, and I started this when I was a kid, I definitely walk around, I'll pace around in my room, my house, talking out loud, kind of just getting my thoughts out of my head. I'm pretty sure if I actually was patient enough to write down everything that I talked to myself about or thought about, I'd probably be a pretty successful writer of some kind. So maybe someday I'll get to that. I just found myself trying to get out everything that was on my brain. I would stand in front of the mirror and go through different emotions, try to act things out. Yeah, I did pretend with a shampoo bottle that I was accepting an Oscar. I definitely felt that, but for some reason I felt inhibited by myself that I was the academic kid. I did really well in school and math and science, and that was sort of my place in the world. I had always wanted to try out for theater, but it just never worked with the rest of academics and extracurriculars, so I never did. Except, I don't remember what year in high school it was, but the drama department was going to do a production of Grease, and I finally had it. I said, I don't care what category I fit into, I'm going to try out for this. So I wrote my name down on the audition list to try out for Rizzo, and I think like a day later I got called into the drama teacher's office, Miss Pincus, everybody should know, and she basically said, this isn't right for you. Here's the list of backstage jobs that you might be interested in, and you're into science and engineering, so you would like that. So yeah, basically she didn't even let me audition. Great. So now this love of theater that I always had, always growing up going to shows, praying, hoping, oh, that would be, a cool environment for weird people like me, all of a sudden I wasn't allowed to do that either. So kind of let that go, continued on my path, books and books and books and school and books and books and school, and ended up in Atlanta at Emory. They had an improv troupe, and I wanted to try out. School and books and books and school and school and books and books and school got in the way. And so 4 years later, I still hadn't tried out. Went to grad school at Emory. 2 years later, I still hadn't done it. And by that point, going through 6 years in a row at Emory, which is a great school, by the way, 6 years in school will really drive anyone crazy. And by the end of that, I was feeling pretty terrible. Just a hot mess in so many ways. not least because the last year of school I was pretty much sick because I had got dengue fever the summer before that in Bangladesh. Don't recommend it. Finally, I get out of school, get out of all that, hop right into a job where I'm paid half of what I'm worth, and it was a pretty terrible work environment, except for the wonderful people who I work with and I'm still friends with today. I had no money, I had no time, but I had it. I knew if I didn't do something to help myself that I was going to have to institutionalize myself or something. So finally, I was like, now is the time. Without any money, without any time, I started going to the theaters around Atlanta, making phone calls, until I talked to the wonderful Lauren Goins, who's the student programs director at Whole World Theater. And she was just talking on the phone about how they have this great no judgments environment. All sorts of people come through. People want to help with their public speaking. People want to be less shy. There's no right or wrong person for their program. And it's just a really supportive environment. So the thing that I've been hoping for my whole life that somebody in high school told me didn't exist, all of a sudden existed. So I was like, sign me up. I don't care how much it costs. I don't know how I paid for it, but I did without going into credit card debt, which is pretty good. Didn't think I'd be any good at it, but I guess 2 years later, I'm not too shabby because I'm a member of the company now, and it's a significant portion of my life. This video is getting kind of long, and I don't want to have you guys sit here too much, but it gives you something to look forward to. That in my next videos, I'll probably start talking more about when I first started improv and just the things you learn that are life-changing. If you have any questions before then, please let me know. And definitely, if you're in Atlanta or visiting Atlanta, check out Whole World Improv Theater. We have shows on Thursdays at 8 p.m., which is the troupe that I'm in. We perform on Thursdays. And there are shows also on Fridays at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 and 10:30. So you guys should definitely get out. And we have a bar, which is very important. So I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for listening.